What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we'll be showcasing the best shiny hunt spot for every single rare spawn in Legends ZA. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. Let's begin with Ralts, which is Magenta Sector 7, and it's gonna be in this little like garden area. And there's gonna be two Ralts spawns. We got a couple other Pokemon spawns here. We go Ralts on the right. Ralts on the left. Yes, they can obviously be alphas, so you could potentially get a shiny alpha Ralts. And we're gonna climb up this ladder. And I showcased this in the previous video, but for those who missed it, pretty much we are just going to do a bench reset. But why is this bench reset so good? Well, during sunny days, you can get an Eevee over there, and then you can also get a Hawlucha over here. So we are hunting for two other special spawns at the exact same time. And essentially, you're just going to spam the bench over and over and over again. Now, during nighttime, Eevee will not be spawning, but if it is daytime and there is a sunny day, Eevee can potentially spawn in too. Now, there's a couple other Pokemon you're shiny hunting with this method as well. Shuppet is certainly possible. Dratini, Fletchling. I see now that Hawlucha is now a Fletchling because Hawlucha is not 100% spawn over there. You can hunt Abra here. Couple of other Pokemon you can get potentially shiny on the nearby rooftops while you're doing this. Weedle and Kakuna down near the Ralts can also pop as a shiny too. So let's see what we get here. Sunny day it looks like, and we should get our Eevee. Yes, we get our Eevee spawn. So you can just keep resetting for the Eevee over and over and over again here, as long as in with the Ralts. And of course, when you do get the Ralts, they will appear down here. They'll shine, and it'll be a relatively easy shiny hunt in general. So good luck. Next up is Riolu, and you can easily access this by completing a easy side quest and beginning the game. I think it was like side quest number like 4 or something. You're going to go up here, and we are going to head over to the mall at Rouge Sector 4. And then we're going to go across these buildings, and we're going to be able to see a Riolu from a distance here. Now we want to go through here. We're also going to be able to see a potential Hawlucha spawn right here, but we have a Pidgey. That Hawlucha is like 50% of the time. And if it's the daytime and it's sunny, then you will have a Riolu spawn. But remember, it has to be... So we got an alpha Riolu. So it has to be daytime and it has to be sunny for this to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to do a walking reset. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go behind this building. And we're going to run across the path. Run over here. It's different. It's a different one because it's not alpha. Run back here. Go across this path. Do this. It's different because, you know, way different location. So you're going to keep on doing this over and over again. You could run on the same area where the Riolu is on the mall, but it does take a little bit more time than this one does. So I think this one's overall the best way to do it. And you can't bench reset for Riolu just because it only spawns during the day. So half the time, you're just not going to be getting the Pokemon. So this is the best way to absolutely do it. It takes about 10 seconds. I would definitely recommend Shiny Charm for this, just because this can absolutely be rough. And about 20% chance this spawn could be an alpha too. So good luck on your Shiny Riolu hunt for that yellow guy. Just remember, it has to be daytime and it has to be sunny. The weather can change to rain or cloudy whenever while you're doing this too, and then it just will stop spawning. So keep that in mind while you're doing this hunt. Now, I did mention the Hawlucha in the previous section, Riolu, and we can actually shiny hunt for that. It's pretty decent, so it's gonna be like right over here, and we're just gonna take up this lift and we are just gonna phase it. So it spawns there about 40% of the time, and unfortunately every Hawlucha spot is gonna be like this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna spawn here, you're gonna be here, and you're gonna go from one chimney to the other chimney, and you're gonna see that we may get a Hawlucha, we may get a Pidgey. And that's just sort of the unfortunate reality of Hawlucha hunting, is there just isn't a guaranteed Hawlucha. But, so we got one there, we get behind the building, and sometimes where it spawns changes how far you got to phase, but that we got a new one there. But essentially, you come all the way back here, you run up, you should be getting a new spawn. See, we got an alpha Hawlucha that time. So we are getting new spawns. And you could technically bench reset this. There is a bench right here if you want to bench reset. However, as I mentioned before, the bench is, you know, Take some time. We did it for the Ralts, so I would recommend if you're going to bench reset for Hawlucha, check out the Ralts section where you can shiny hunt for Ralts, Eevee, and Hawlucha at the same time. Now, if you do bench reset right here, you can get the Riolu we just covered. However, Riolu only spawns during the day, during sunny days. So keep that in mind. You could bench reset for your Riolu here. I just do not recommend. Next up is Dratini. And we covered a lot of Dratini on this channel, but here's another spot that I have not covered that actually might be the best. Blue Sector 9, Dratini's going to spawn over here on the roof. We're going to come from here, and you can climb up through the mall over here. There's going to be some construction stuff that you can climb up to get on top of here. You're going to go across this bridge and right here. Now, there's a Dratini that's going to spawn over there, right? Now, you can actually reset this Dratini by walking. You don't have to do anything else. You can just get to the corner, and you're going to reset it. Depending on where in your game, sometimes it can become a Dragonair. It can also become an alpha. This takes about 7 seconds to refresh a single one, but that's how you're going to have to do it if you want to get a Dratini. There's a bunch of other spots in the game, though, for Dratini that I've covered, but I do think this is the fastest walk in the game, and also, it's such an easy one to notice. You don't have to, like, you're not really running into anything. Just make sure you don't fall off is the only thing. Just don't sprint too far, but pretty simple stuff. However, there is another method of shiny hunting Dratini here. We can go to Cafe Soleil, and you can just fly reset. You can just keep spamming fly, and because your Dratini is, because where I pinned it, is pretty much exactly 50 meters away, you can just keep on fly resetting, because as long as a Pokemon is within 50 meters away, you can just reset it, and when you respawn, Pokemon within 50 meters will spawn in with you. So you could just spam this and also potentially get yourself a shiny Dratini. This is going to be much faster than any other bench method in the game too, which is going to be really nice. So if you have a macro controller or something like that, if you have a way to hit plus and then A, you can do that. It'll be super easy. Next up is Larvitar, and the best spot for this is going to be after completing side quest 80. And this is going to give us this hollow elevator. Now, we're going to go up this elevator, and we're going to get a new spot, access to Wild Zone 15. And we go in Wild Zone 15, you actually get 2 Larvitar spawns in here, which makes the shiny hunt a lot easier in general. We're going to have 2 of these guys. And there's 2 different methods to do this. The first one is the runaway method. So if you run all the way over here, this will despawn them. Now, we can put a pin right where they are, which is right here. This will despawn them because Pokemon are going to spawn in within a 50 meter radius. So we hit 50 meters right pretty much when we get up to that red roof. Now, because it's in a wild zone, the spawning doesn't appear as great as every other spot because for some reason there is a visual rendering distance thing happening with the wild zone gate. But the Pokemon is spawning in, but you don't have to walk all the way this close to it to get them to despawn. I believe what you just have to do is you have to touch this part right here, and then you just got to get up to this second one right here, and that's going to be within the 50 meters you need. However, not everyone's going to like this method. I don't personally like this method as much, but it is a good method. However, what's the even better method is you can just fly spam to this cafe. Now, this cafe is literally within 50 meters of this spot. The only issue with this cafe is if a Pokemon notices you, you can't fly spam it. So keep in mind that you might have to leave, then fly to the cafe. That's just going to be the best way to do it. So you're going to have to be really quick just so any of these, because all these Pokemon are just hostile and annoying. So if you just keep on doing this, this is going to be your best way to shiny hunt for a Larvitar. Next up is Eevee Magenta Sector 8. So you start at the Pokemon Center, you take this lift up, and you go all the way around, and you're going to be right over here. Now, I do understand you can shiny hunt it for Wild Zone 19. However, it is very annoying to hunt there, and I think this is a bit faster. So we're going to have an Eevee right over here. We're going to run back over here, and you're going to get to the bridge. There is a Dratini here, so you could potentially shiny hunt for Dratini as well if you do a bench method. However, Eevee only spawns during the day. Eevee only spawns during the day and on a sunny day. So you could bench method for Dratini here if you would like to. However, I do think it's just easier to just focus on Eevee by doing something like this. So we are getting a new Eevee every time. I actually don't believe Eevee can even be alpha, but just running back and forth over here will get you a new Eevee. Now, there are other methods and locations. If you have checked out the Ralts part of this video, there is a bench that you reset for Ralts, and Eevee and Hawlucha are part of that. So you could do a multi-shiny hunt there, but once again, Eevees do not spawn during the nighttime, and it has to be a sunny day. So you are going to have to do a run back method for this to work. You can see we got the Eevee all the way over there. Now, another way to potentially do it is you could just fly spam to the cafe. And, you know, even though we cannot see the Eevee is literally right on top of this building, and it should be within the 50-meter radius because it's literally right above us. So you can just do this over and over and potentially get a shiny Eevee like this. You just won't be able to hear the sparkles or see it, but you can just go up on top of the way by taking this lift up and check it, and you could get a shiny Eevee that way as well. Next up is shiny hunting for Goomy. Now, Goomy normally only spawns in the overworld when it's raining, but if you have the sewers unlocked when you're far enough in the story, you can go back to the sewers here, and we're going to be picking up this sewer location. You can unlock this location again by doing a side quest, and once you have done that side quest, you're going to go to the sewers. You're going to go through here, and you do get one guaranteed Goomy spawn. Now, you keep following this path. The Goomy is going to be over here across the bridge. It's a little ice bridge. You can hit it with a fire move and get over. It's a level 36 female Goomy right now. So how do you phase this Goomy? Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to run to a render distance. And if you just go all the way up the stairs, it will definitely work for sure. Sometimes you can do it at the base of the stairs. It just really depends where exactly the Goomy is. So yeah, that's definitely a different Goomy. We face the Inkies as well. So you are shiny hunting for these guys too. Level 37 male. So we are doing 2 shiny hunts at the same time, if that makes you feel any better. The big issue about Goomy is, once again, it only spawns during the rainy days. It doesn't even rain for the full day. So it is just incredibly hard to hunt for. Now, yeah, this Alpha Inke is very annoying. So you may want to knock them out if you just don't want to deal with that. Very annoying. But we got we got new Goomy here. So you just want to keep on doing that. And that's going to be the most consistent way to shiny hunt this thing. Now, there's another method for Goomy, and you're going to fly to the sewers in Magenta Sector 8 when it is raining. It needs to be raining when you're doing this. And when it's raining over here, you will get a Goomy spawn. Now, you got an Alpha. What you're going to do is just run back. Just hold back in A. And while it's raining, you can just do this. But it has to be raining, and the only way to make the game rain is resetting on the bench over and over and over again. So you are getting a lot more phases this way than the other method. However, it's not going to last forever, but this is a very good method. Just going to keep running back, mash in A to get in there. You can see we're flipping through the Goomies rather quickly. A pretty easy shiny hunt, honestly, if you just can get it to rain. Where do you have it, guys? That is going to be all of the rare special spawns in Pokemon Legends ZA. Let me know in the comment section below what Pokemon you plan on hunting. Let me know what other Pokemon you want me to feature in a future YouTube video guide. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out and have a good one.